All right, this is section 9-1, translations. All right, underline the correct word to complete the sentence. If two triangles are congruent, the corresponding angle measures are the same, and corresponding side lengths are the same. So a transformation is a change in form of appearance. Which picture does not show a transformation of soccer ball? So C seems to be the exact same picture, so that's not a transformation. All right, what is a translation? So a translation describes how a figure in a coordinate plane is slid from one place to another. Each point in triangle DEF was moved 5 units to the right. So triangle D prime, E prime, EF prime is a translation of triangle DEF. So if you notice, D was mapped to D prime, E was mapped to E prime, and F was mapped to F prime. So each one got moved over 5 units. That's a translation. All right, tell whether the pair of figures is a translation, right? Yes or no. So this one looks like it just slid over, so it is a translation. This one was rotated, so no. In what direction is the translation of the figure ABCD? So it goes to the left. So here's the original figure. New figure went to the left. How many units has the figure ABC been translated? Well, if I can count, it was moved over 4 units. Okay. All right, so a translation is a transformation that maps all points in a figure the same distance in the same direction. You can write a translation that maps triangle ABC onto triangle A prime, B prime, C prime as T of triangle ABC equals triangle A prime, B prime, C prime. A translation is what's called a rigid motion with the following properties. So a translation of triangle ABC equals triangle A prime, B prime, C prime, then A prime equals B prime equals C prime. So these lengths will all equal. And their angles will all equal as well. Okay. So translations move all points in the figure the same distance in the same direction. Translations preserve side lengths in the figure, and translations preserve angle measures. Okay. So problem number 1. So translation A, we have the pre-image and then the image, and in translation B, we have the pre-image and the image. Okay, so does the transformation appear to be a rigid motion? Number 10. Compare the corresponding sides of the pre-image and image. Are they equal in each length? So in transformation A, looks like they're all equal. How about try in B? Yes. So compare the corresponding angles of the pre-image and image. Are they equal in measure? The angles look like they are equal measure. So rigid motion preserves side lengths and angle measures of pre-image. Transformation A is a rigid motion. Transformation A is, I think this should say B, by the way, is a rigid motion. All right, naming images and corresponding parts. So in a diagram, triangle NID is moved or mapped to SUP. So what are their images of angle I and point D? So use the position of the letters in the transformation statement. So triangle NID goes to SUP. Angle I is in the second position in triangle NID. The angle in the second position in triangle SUP is angle U. Point D is in the third position in triangle NID, so the point in the third position in SUP is point P. So name the 3 pairs of corresponding sides using this statement. So side NI and SU would be corresponding, ID and UP would be corresponding, and ND and SP would be corresponding. All right, find the image and translation. So what are the images of the vertices T of 1, -4 of triangle ABC? Graph the image of triangle ABC. So we first identify the coordinates of the vertices of the original triangle. So A is at the vertice -2, 2, B is at 1, 1, and C is at 0, -1. So the rule for the translation is we're going to add 1 to the x value and we're going to subtract 4 from the y value. So for A, we're going to have -2 plus 1 and we're going to have 2 minus 4, or -1, -2. For B, we're going to have 1 plus 1 and 1 minus 4, which is 2 and negative 3. And for C, we're going to have 0 plus 1 and negative 1 minus 4. And C prime is going to become 1, negative 5. So now we're going to plot these new points. So A prime becomes negative 1, negative 2, negative 1, negative 2. B prime becomes 2, negative 3. And C prime becomes 1, negative 5. So here we go, A prime, B prime, and C prime. Connect the dots, and there is the movement. And we can also map these by drawing these little lines like this. Okay. So problem number 4. All right, the translation image of triangle LMN is triangle L prime, M prime, N prime, with L prime 1, negative 2, M prime 3, negative 4, and N prime 6, negative 2. What is the rule that describes this translation? So first thing we do is we choose a pair of corresponding vertices. So we know L is negative 6, negative 1. And we were told L prime is 1, negative 2. So what I do is I kind of work backwards. I take 1 minus a negative 6, and I get 7. So x is added by 7. Negative 2 minus a negative 1, and I get negative 1. So y is subtracted by 1. So the translation maps xy to x plus 7 and y minus 1. So the translation rule would be t of 7, negative 1 of triangle LMN. All right, so your friend says the transformation triangle ABC to triangle PQR is a translation. Explain her error. Okay. So identify the corresponding vertices in the statement. So A and P are corresponding, B and Q are corresponding, and C and R are corresponding. To find corresponding diagram in the diagram, A and R, B and Q, and C and P. So what's your friend's error? The transformation statement triangle ABC is mapped to triangle PQR, maps A to P and C to R. So it is not a translation. So what I should have done is triangle ABC gets mapped to triangle RQP. Oops, RQP. And that's the end of this section.